want that canopy? Goodworkstractor.com. Rhino hide canopy. I added some orange vinyl tape to it to dress it up a bit. But anyways, we're here to talk about the third function today. And it's not that hard. You do not have to take the wheel off or any kind of other mess. There's a bolt. You see those hoses right there? Should be all lit up. Right in there. Where all your Power Beyond hoses. There's going to be a 1/4-inch ratchet with, I think, a 13mm socket on it. Could be wrong. But you stick the extension in first after you put the socket on the bolt, and then you plug it in, and then you turn it back here between the tire and the fender. You don't have to take the fender off. You don't have to take the wheel off. It's a simple process. Don't complicate it. Okay? And that's to loosen the tube that's going to get in the way of you taking this tube off. Can you see this tube? This is the tube you remove, because this is the tank end. This is the P, power end, which goes onto the back of your loader valve. All right? So your loader valve gets a 90-degree M18 times 1.5 to JIC connector. Out of this JIC connector on this is a 90-degree hose fitting, JIC, and it turns it like a U-turn back up towards the front of the tractor, where it comes up here and goes into the P port on your diverter valve, whichever diverter valve you choose. And I wouldn't choose the KIOTI one that hangs down a foot. That's why I chose this one, because it's up here. And this is also a Summit Hydraulics with the plug-in switches. So it's easy to change that out. You just take it off, unplug it, put your new one on, plug it in, and you're back running again for like $120. All right, so there's your thing. Now then, the other hose is T, which goes back to your tank. It goes up, under, and you can actually see it right there. It's that silver one. I'm gonna try to light it up. Yeah, right there, that one. Okay, so that goes 90-degree. You can see the 90-degree this time, and it goes 90 degrees and then into a straight M18 times 1.5 to JIC. So that's what that 90-degree plugs into. So you get a hose with a 90-degree JIC, plugs right in to that. All right, and then it comes up and goes into your T. That's all there is to it. That's the hardest part. It's only going to take you about 40 minutes. Got to have some big wrenches, like 24, 26s, and then you got to have different length 1/4-inch sockets to get that little bolt out that holds that tube. Now, a tube, you're just loosening it because it gets in the way of you turning on this nut down here. Now remember, there's a nut in there that this screws to. You don't take that nut out of the back of the Power Beyond. You just take this bolt out, and where this bolt came out, you plug that M18 into it with a 90 on it and JIC. So this will be same thing, M18, and then there'll be a 90 here with a JIC on it. And that's a tricky one to get in, okay? It'll take a few minutes. But you don't have to remove your fender or your tire. And I've got, fat fingers. So, once you get that, you're done. You just button it all up, do your wiring, the switches here. Now, I took mine and I put it on this. Hear that? And when I turn the switch off, no longer. See? So kids can't play with it. And then I don't have power to it all the time, so I don't accidentally hit it. So, yeah. And the way I do this is I got my lines coming up to my grapple, and these are magnetic mount. I'm gonna try to, yeah, see, they're magnetic. Just snap them down. It holds my hoses securely. Goes down here, and then I put 2 females on here because all my stuff has 2 males on it. That way I could switch it. So if I want the left button to be different than the right, I could switch it right here. But if you have male and female, no problem, because with the Summit hydraulics, you just take this plug out and put it on the bottom on top, and then your switches are exactly opposite of what they were. Because, you know, sometimes you want the right to be up or the right to be down, you know, left to be down, you know, or you want to switch them depending on what you're running. So that was too much. But anyways, yeah, that's how I run it. Now what happens is I'm cheap. I don't really use this a lot. I have the grapple on here, you know, 5 hours a year. So what I do is I take these out, these little holders, and they just bow up and go around through here, under there, up over, and then they fit in this one right here. And they run my hydraulic top link, which I do run a lot, okay, which I don't have on now because I don't put it on unless I need it when I'm running a box blade. But that's what I run the most of. So I'm getting 2 third functions out of 1 diverter valve. So, and that's really all I need for what I do. You can do it a different way, but I'm just telling you what I did. All right, 2 for the price of 1. So it ain't that big a job. You don't have to take the fender off. You don't have to take the tire off. You just need the right tools, okay? You know a lot more than what I did, but I do think a couple of guys on YouTube that helped me out with it, and they took the wheel off and the fender. You know, they were probably pioneers of the deal, and they didn't know you didn't have to do that. So anyways, you don't have to. Just the seat. You'll be taking the seat off. 2 bolts, and then it slides and comes up, okay? Take 2 front bolts out completely, and you slide it. It'll slide one way or the other. I can't remember which. And it just comes straight up after you disengage your seat belt wiring. And that's all you got to take off is the seat. And that 1 tube that gets in the way, you just got to loosen it and move it out a little bit. Then you got to put it back on. Don't lose the green O-rings and stuff. And once you get your stuff on, what I did is I left the fittings loose and worked it a couple times until they leaked. That was all the air was out, tightened them down, blam, everything worked just fine. So that's how it all works out. Only thing happened with me was the place where I got them, he gave me the bigger hose, which I've got some fantastically fast grapple work because I'm looking at 1/2-inch hose. These are 3/8, and the rest of them on here is 1/4. So yeah, I got some fast grapple due to the hose size. But anyways, that's how I did my 3rd function. Wanted to add it to the list of people out here that are doing things or did things, so you got an idea. This is the Summit Hydraulics. I don't know what the other size hose cost, but I had $300 worth of hose and fittings, in addition to what I paid for the Summit Hydraulics 3rd function. All right, it came with this bracket. I just painted it and drilled 2 holes in it. These 2 holes here. Rest of it was already there, so you can mount it either direction. Of course, I had to mount it that way. All right, so that's what you do. Thanks for watching. I don't make any money from this. None from Good Works Tractor, even though I really dig the guy, him and Tractor Mike. But yeah, Good Works Tractor, fast shipping, good prices, outstanding business. Speco 3-point hitch or quick hitch E, no bushings required, just hook up straight, cat 1. See, you want the E hitch, okay? All right, we're done.